Do you remember those old SpongeBob episodes that some of us used to watch in 1999 from season 1? Well, recently a secret episode has been discovered from that time period. The other day I was searching through my computer when I came across a notepad document deep within System 32. Having no idea how it got there, I scanned it for viruses. It had one trilogen in it. I deleted it and opened it up. All that was printed was one website link, followed by the following gibberish.
Nickelodeon 4F.
Browser. It took me to a site where there was a black background and a huge button. It had the same text on it that was in the notepad document. I clicked it and it brought up a download link. The file I wanted to be downloaded was called SpongeCry.AVI. As crazy as I am, I went ahead and downloaded it. Big mistake. The second the download finished, which was 4.6 megabytes, my computer made the weirdest sound ever and turned off. As I tried to reboot it, nothing happened. The file must have destroyed my computer. As upset as I was, I realized I was on my old PC. I hopped over on my Mac and re-downloaded it. This time there was no problem. What was downloaded was the single .avi file. I played it. The movie clip was 6 minutes and 4 seconds long. It started out as any SpongeBob episode would, except the color was distorted. And when he got to playing the flute with his nose, it immediately went to the title screen. It was all that was on the title screen was the following words: SpongeBob Cry. Only there wasn't any John T music like there usually was. It lasted about 2.5 seconds. It didn't show who the writers and directors were. I assumed that whoever put it online had edited it for time or something. The episode started out inside SpongeBob's house. It showed SpongeBob sitting in his red chair. The strange thing was, all the other furniture was gone. SpongeBob was crying very hard, but it didn't sound anything like it does when SpongeBob normally cries. It sounded like a real human cry, but it was still different. It sounded so real and intense. SpongeBob was absolutely bawling. He ripped chunks out of the chair. Then the camera zoomed in really closely on his face. But it was the kind of zoom as if it was being videotaped by a real person. Then the camera zoomed out to show a rotting corpse of Gary lying on the floor in front of him. It was very disturbing. Gary was absolutely mauled to death. His eyes were lying on the floor, his shell was cracked to reveal a very gross image of the inside of Gary, which looked a whole lot more like what have really happened in the episode where Gary loses his shell. The camera was moving around like crazy. SpongeBob suddenly got out of his chair and ran straight forward. Then the episode stops moving for about 1 second. Then it goes to black for 2 seconds. Then it comes back in with SpongeBob's face pressed against the camera. His mouth exploded open and his eyes black. And a deafeningly loud scream. I jolted up and turned my volume down. Then the camera starts moving around like it was at an earthquake. You can't even tell what is going on. It was worse than anything I've ever seen. The clip then goes to black for 1 minute and 38 seconds. It comes back inside the Krusty Krab. It was dead silent. All of a sudden, the same face that was pressed against the camera appeared, but this time the scream was literally deafening loud. But it only lasted for about 1/4 of a second. Then, for the rest of the episode, it goes back to SpongeBob crying in the chair. But after every 10 seconds, SpongeBob gets a little bit more decayed. And the sound gets a little more distorted. By the end, all that is left is static and screaming. Then you could see SpongeBob running again in the background of the static. But for the last 4 seconds, there's a text on the screen that reads, "One-time action will be badly." Exactly that. As if it was written by a 5-year-old. After the clip finished, my computer turned off by an unknown force. After seeing this video, I've never been the same. I've been more sad and more uncomfortable than ever before. It has haunted my mind all the time. I regret downloading the video in the first place. I wish I could go back in time